now I appreciate everything in life. And I don't live beyond my means. Even if we have money or that I don't flaunt it or nothing, I still live the same.
But yeah, what everybody wants to know, why is Tati homeschooled?
So, and she was constantly getting picked on. You know, she would say she would pass by like people and she could hear them talking about her family. And this little boy literally like pushed her and it ended up fighting.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Mom Said Dad Said, and today I'm the one who today I am the one who's handling today's podcast, and I have my mother, Blanca Puig. You guys, we have to have some cheers. Okay, so today's topic we're going to be talking about is why Tatianna is homeschooled. But before we go into that topic, I'm going to introduce my mother to you guys and where she's from, how many kids she has, who's her favorite, me, and etc. So,
no. I have no favorites. They're all my favorite.
So, Mom, you got to tell them where you're from, how old you are.
No. I am from El Paso, Texas. I'm 21. I was born and raised in El Paso. We're a military family. That's how we ended up here in Tennessee. I will never go back to El Paso.
Well, why?
It's just, I don't know.
Toxic.
I don't like the desert. I don't like the weather. My mom's not there no more. It was just a lot of family drama all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. All around.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the vibe there anymore.
Yeah, and honestly, we're trying to go back to Texas, but my mom would low-key want to stay in Tennessee if she could.
The outskirts of Clarksville, because Clarksville's becoming a little toxic too, so
we're trying to, go back to Texas, but not El Paso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah. But how many kids do you have, and who's your favorite?
I have 4 kids, and nobody is the favorite. Nobody is the favorite.
It's one of the boys.
No, she always says it's one of the boys.
I think it is.
No.
I think it's either Jaden or Louis.
No, I have no favorite. I really don't.
Who's the best to the worst, like behavior-wise?
Behavior-wise, I'd have to put Louis the best. He never really gave me any issues. Talking back, grades, nothing. Why are you making that face?
I'm just trying to see if I'm going to be the second.
You're not.
What? That is bull. That is
You're
bull.
Not. And then it's Jaden.
Oh, wow. No. Jaden has the worst attitude.
He has the worst attitude, but he doesn't have it towards me.
Bull. Whatever.
Well, you know what? I'll take that back. Jaden and Gabbie are equal.
So I'm second. He's third.
You guys are equal.
Nah. I want to hear you say I'm the second.
You both are second. You both have the same attitude. Talk back the same. Both are stubborn. Yes, that's why you guys would go at it a lot. You guys are the same thing. And of course, Tati, she's
one of a kind.
One of a kind. Definitely one of a kind.
She's the one who makes her drink all the time.
Yeah, and gives me all my gray hair. Yeah, that's why I have to stay blonde.
But oh yeah, so where, if you could literally move anywhere besides, if we didn't want to go to Texas, where would you want to go? You just would want to stay in Tennessee, or would you want to go anywhere else? I always think about okay, yeah, Texas is an option, but is there anywhere else that you would be wanting to explore to move to?
Not really.
No?
Why were you trying to get me to go to?
No, I was just thinking because, Florida is a nice place too.
She just wants to go to Disney.
You guys, I am a Disney mom. I'm not going to lie. And you guys, we're probably going to be back there next month.
Disney's just so hot.
It really is hot, but it's just such a magical place. I think it really heals my inner child. And a lot of people actually tell me that. They're just like, well, it looks like you had a good childhood. So, when I say it heals my inner child, what did you go through and all this stuff? I think what they need to know is that we didn't really grow up the way our kids now grew up. We didn't have we didn't have a lot of money back then.
It's magical when you go for vacation, but living there, no, it's too
hot.
I know. The hurricanes.
Well, I know that, but
I like the 4 seasons. I love the snow, the fall, the spring, and all that.
Yeah.
So.
But people want to know why I keep saying it heals my inner child, but I would rather you tell them how we just didn't grow up with a lot of money. But it wasn't your fault though.
I mean, I didn't grow up with a lot of money. That's for sure.
Yeah.
My mom tried her best.
Yeah. And you did too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I knew my mom was going to cry, you guys. She's holding her composure. It's okay to cry though. I know. And I think a lot of people want to know, they want to really know, like, you know, how our childhood was, how yours was, how mine was, and how it's so different with our kids now, with how it is with you and Tatiana and us. Like, you know, we had it really good when Dad joined the military.
Yeah. I mean, we of course we didn't grow up with money. We tried. I had like 2 jobs. You know, just like normal life struggles. You know, not everybody's born into money.
Exactly.
Whatever. So like the things that the kids did want, I couldn't give, but I tried to.
Yeah, I know. And it wasn't your fault. And I think that's why I'm the way I am with my kids now. Because even though I didn't get to experience it as kids, it feels good as a parent to be able to see your kids experience it.
And I think that's why Dad joined the military. I mean, he was working as a telemarketer and all that. And he just came home. He's like, I don't want, like, let's say we go to school, he said, and the teacher asked, well, what does your dad do? He was like, I don't want them to say, oh, well, he's a telemarketer.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to do something for myself. So he joined the military. And that really changed our life, I feel.
Yeah.
It gave us that stability
and
that money, of course.
Right.
And we just started to build from there. You know, I started working and we just started building our money. We started being smarter with our money and we just started growing from there.
That's how it was with us too. That's why you pushed Jay to join the military, because we were struggling and stuff.
So that's why she says it heals her inner child, because the things like, you know, you would see other people going to Disney, getting all these nice things, and we couldn't afford it.
And I think that's
eventually we did.
Yeah, eventually, we were able to. And obviously, I had to start all over when I left the house, because you live on your own and you can't just live off of your parents. So I had to start and learn on my own. And I had my own struggles and everything with my kids. Nevaeh didn't really have much either, but we made sure she all had it all and we didn't. That's just what parents do. But that's why if you guys see us always going to these vacations and like Disney and all that, it's not just because like we're just over here just spending it. I'm doing it because like these memories are going to be, you know, last forever.
Because people will be like, you're showing off. But no, it's because
and sometimes
we couldn't enjoy that.
We couldn't enjoy that back in the day when we were younger like them, you know, and my mom couldn't afford to do those things. I wasn't born into money. I know a lot of these influencers that you see grow up with money and their parents been rich from the start. We didn't. We had to like literally start from the bottom.
Yeah, literally money. Like I used to go to the mall and I'm like, my cousins be like, oh, I had all this money. They would buy all this stuff and I'm just like,
yeah.
I didn't have the money for it, so it's like. But my grandma used to sneak me some money, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna be with my kids. If I don't give them something, they're gonna go to you. But yeah, that's pretty much a little bit.
We grew up in the hood.
Well, I think you did too. You did a lot worse though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did like a certain point since we were born, of course, but like we got out of that like around 6, 5.
Yeah, we had like the same car. Like it was like an old school car. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We didn't have all that luxury stuff.
And you used to always say that you used to get hand-me-downs too, because grandma couldn't afford anything either.
We had a lot of hand-me-downs, of course. My brothers especially had a lot of hand-me-downs. Right. And I mean, when she could get us something expensive, then she could, but it was very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. So now I appreciate everything in life. And I don't live beyond my means. So even if we have money or that I don't flaunt it or nothing, I still live the same.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's what a lot of people don't get. I'm more of a person where I don't need to get like designer stuff or anything.
Like,
I'm good.
To the Target clearance.
I'm good with going to TJ Maxx and splurging.
Take me to Ross.
I like that I'm able to go to TJ Maxx and not look at the prices. I'll splurge in there. I don't want. I don't need to go
I'll
to
be looking at prices.
Well, TJ Maxx is like that's where I would just be like, okay, I don't care because it's like clearance to me. But if you take me to a designer store, I'm gonna like shit myself because hell no. Like Jay has to be the one to do it because I cannot believe how expensive those like designer purses are. That's why I only have like 2 designer bags. I have 2 designer bags and I would and it's nice to get those things, but I'm not the one to just. I see so many people that just go shop on a regular basis. And I'm just like, I just don't have it in me to spend like $2,000 to $3,000 on a bag when you can literally splurge in TJ Maxx with that money.
Yeah,
so
true.
I splurge for the kids though. So
yeah, that's me too. I always splurge for everybody else.
But yeah, what everybody wants to know, why is Tati homeschooled?
So we've been struggling at the school. Like, it was just a very bad experience. Middle school. Well, first year of middle school was just a bad experience. There was a lot of issues with her having to learn with the teachers, you know, up to like the principal and all that stuff. You know, I was constantly getting calls. And then she was constantly getting picked on. You know, she would say she would pass by like people and she could hear them talking about our family and just a bunch of things. And then, you know, it came down to even like little boys picking on her, spitting on her face, pushing her on the bus. And, you know, I'd go to the office, I'd like complain about it, all that. They just didn't care. I felt like they were just picking on her. They weren't like hearing her. Right. They were listening to the side they wanted to hear, and that's what was making me angry.
Because
so I was constantly like arguing with the administration, with teachers, with, you know, and I felt it was all one-sided, and it just took like that one time when this little boy literally like pushed her, and it ended up her just she ended up fighting.
Yeah, because Tatianna is a ticking bomb. Tati's not perfect, but she's
going to defend herself.
Yeah.
We've taught her if somebody touches you, then you don't let yourself. I'm sorry, but you ain't going to put your hands on my child. You know, she's going to defend herself. And that's what I would tell the principal, and I'm like, look, words don't hurt, whatever. They could pick on her and all this stuff, but once they put their hands on her, she's going to defend herself. And I'm not going to...
You're not going to get mad at her for that.
You did wrong, because she didn't. Because I'm constantly telling you guys, she's getting picked on, she's getting picked on, she's getting picked on, and you guys aren't doing nothing about it. So it was just too much. And I feel like nowadays, like, they just sit on a computer, to be honest.
They do.
They sit on my kids tell me all day long. So it's like, she could do that at home.
Yeah.
You know?
But also, Tati is like a ticking bomb. So it's like when she gets picked on and stuff, she does take it too far. But that's because that's just Tatianna. And I think that's what was hard too, is that like when people push her buttons,
she doesn't stay quiet.
She doesn't stay quiet. And I think she makes the situation a lot worse. And that was just one thing that my mom had to battle while she was in school, is her mouth, because she just doesn't, like, just with me, if I do something to her,
I'm the same way. Like, you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna come back at you. So that's where she gets it from.
Yeah, she was something, man. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the teachers and a lot of the students are like, oh, she was so bad, and yeah, she's not perfect. She was just provoked. And
but kids, like, if they're not heard and stuff like that, if they're not properly being like cared for, like,
well, it's because she was targeted because she was on social media.
That too. It's like they're gonna rebel. They're gonna rebel, and that's my argument with them, because, you know, I work with kids too. So kids sense when you don't like them. Kids sense when you don't take the time to want to teach them and be there for them. So I just felt like they just didn't care, really,
and they didn't like her.
Yeah, so homeschool was the best to keep her safe, because I felt like the bullying was just going to get worse. As she's growing, it's just going to come with more hate.
And violence now is not how it used to be.
And the schools are not good. They're not safe. They just, I mean, you hear the horror stories of, like, the fights, the vaping in there. Like, it's just too much going on in there, and I just don't feel she's safe. And I don't need her being exposed to that type of environment. Because she was actually learning from a lot. Kids will take that. Yeah, they'll take that and they soak it in, and they think it's a normal thing to do. Like,
because middle schoolers are doing stuff. A lot of them are doing stuff that we didn't do back in the day in middle school.
For sure. So I decided to homeschool, and she's excelling. She's doing good. She's actually paying attention to her work and getting A's and B's. Not being distracted. You know, it's not so much stress put on her, which is good. And I don't have to be at work worrying about a phone call or anything. You know, she's there with her dad or her sister sometimes. Yeah. She'll come over here. She's able to do that. She'll be able to come over here and do her homeschool here, so we could travel. Yeah. And do what we need to do. But she's excelling, and I'm proud, and I see her happy. I see her different. She still talks to her friends, some friends that I feel are her true friends. Everybody else I had to cut off because no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think she gets targeted though a lot with the boys, because they because of the way she dresses and stuff too. And I think that's one thing that she hated too, is like she had more bullies as guys than girls, and I feel like they felt some type of way because
I feel they should dress how they want to dress. Yeah, sometimes I have an issue like, hey Tati, like that's a little much. Try this, but she's never liked that girly.
She
girl.
never liked it. Never liked dresses.
I mean, when she was little, she used to do like the princess dresses and all that stuff. But as she grew, she never liked like
showing her legs
and all that. Even now with short, she's like, my legs are ugly, but I'm like, no, they're not.
Yeah,
you're athletic, but it's just that's how it is in school. That's one thing that we battle too. Is like we would get her stuff, and she'd be like, well, they make fun of me or they make fun of my shoes, and that's not good for her mental health. Like they would make fun of anything, so she never wanted to wear that anywhere. She didn't want to wear her hair a certain way because they would make fun of her.
I remember,
or that's not the in thing or whatever, and it's like
she stopped wearing bows because
you know, different things, and it's all because kids are mean nowadays. They're like cruel. They're really cruel. So
it's
she
crazy.
could just dress how she wants.
That's why
she wants, and they could say, "Oh, you dress like a tomboy." Oh well, there's many tomboys, beautiful tomboys out there.
Yeah,
and she's not gonna change who she is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just who she is, and she rocks it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She can rock it. So
yeah,
that's just her.
Yep. I know. I see a lot of those comments too on TikTok where they're just like, oh, she's a stud or she's a tomboy or this and this and that, as if it's an issue. And I just feel like it's not a problem on what she's wearing. Like, she's not over here like all these other middle schoolers that are wearing crop tops and wearing like half naked clothes, 10 pounds of makeup. Like, she's a kid living her life, dressing how she wants, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. And I think it's probably they see it as like, oh, well, it's like kind of like a girl wearing or a boy wearing girl clothes. And it's kind of like she's not wearing boy clothes. She's just wearing like graphics tees and other shorts. They're making shorts that I even bought some myself. They're kind of like the boy shorts that are like biker shorts, jean biker shorts, and they're trending right now. It's just the trend, and she wears that. And the shoes she wears, she's just never like showing her feet. She doesn't like showing her feet. She's never like wearing sandals or any of the other stuff. That's just how she is.
She'll wear it for like pictures or special occasions.
People are so worried about the wrong things, and it's like, worry about yourself and stop worrying about what our kids are wearing or etc. Because
I know, and seeing all those comments and stuff, how cruel that people could be. Can you imagine? Like,
it's like
in real life, like in middle school,
and that's why these kids,
people too. So kids are even worse. Like, I've even had to filter stuff because sometimes she'll go on
and it hurts
the
her
TikTok
feelings.
And she'll read comments and stuff. So I filter a lot of stuff because I don't need her listening to
and believing
feeling insecure
it.
And seeing the bullying on social media. So
and it's a lot of adults.
A lot of people that want to comment all this rude stuff. Guess what? It ain't gonna make it to my comment section. So I'm sorry.
And that's what's crazy, because it's adults like talking crap, and that's probably why a lot of these kids are bullies, because it comes from their parents. Like, if your parents are bullies, like, and they're over there talking crap about people, those kids learn from their parents, and that's why they're like that at school. And that's why I try to explain to my kids when they go through anything like that with bullying. I let them, they don't let those words affect them. But Nevaeh
goes through it, and it's sad because she was first grade going through,
and that girl
bullying,
is actually
sad.
That girl's actually in her class,
and it's year. Like, it starts so young, and it's like like elementary I was able to deal with it, but middle school it just went too far, and I'm gonna protect my child, so maybe she'll go back to school when we move.
Yeah,
and
for high school.
And it's a better school district. But for now, that's what she's going to be doing. And I just feel it's the right thing to do.
I think for high school would be perfect because of sports and colleges looking at. That's what me and Jay think too.
Let's have her in travel too. Travel soccer, like colleges and stuff could still look at you.
True.
But she could still play for the middle school. She's still going to do her sports and stuff like that.
Do they do that for high school too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if she would want to stay, my kids are not ready.
We do end up in Texas, of course. Yeah. I know the Texas schools are way better.
Way better.
Or even the outskirts of Tennessee. It's just here, this school district, they need a lot of work.
Yeah, seems.
And that's not just her school; it's all around the district, which is sad. It's sad to say. A
lot of the schools here in Clarksville. Yeah, and it sucks because a lot of teachers.
It's like one or like two high schools out here that I feel are
Kirkwood and Rossview, or Clarksville High and Kirkwood
are probably the best. Yeah, that I feel like for your kids to go.
Rossview is a good one too. it just has
its issues.
It just has some kids that are kind of like,
yeah, it's had its issues too, but yeah, it'll make like the top 3. But the rest of the schools, absolutely not. Absolutely
Fort
not.
Campbell's a good one. I mean, no issues there.
Well, we're not gonna live on post.
Yeah, you gotta live on post. So Fort Campbell,
we've done Fort Campbell. I mean, it was my kids, the 2 older ones. They did good. I had never had really issues. It was like minor, like, oh, you're not my friend. Okay, I'm not. It's like friend. A little drama, drama, like normal high school, but none of this.
It's normal fake
craziness that's going on right now. It's
yeah, like, fake bitches is everywhere. Okay,
it's crazy. I guess because social media has blown up so big now.
Yeah,
I think it wasn't so bad. We only had Facebook, but now it's all like social media, and now it's like TikTok. And
I think it's just different for Tati, honestly, than it was with us, because we had like the normal like drama in middle school, but it was not this bad. And I think it's really bad for her because she's a public figure too, so it's like they all pick on her because she's on social media, and they all make fun of her, and that's why sometimes she doesn't even like to do like content stuff, even though Tatianna loves to do content. Like, she always tells me, pull out your phone and record this. Like, she just loves being on social media, but when she was around all them, it made her not want to be on social media no more, because they were all making fun of her. And I'm like, this is who she is. Like, she's silly, she's outgoing, like, she's just full of like energy and, you know, and joy, and they were making it not so fun for her because they were jealous, hating.
They were make fun of her. But now she's coming back. We see her coming back little by little.
Yeah, she's
wanting to do being herself, which I love.
Mind you, she has a big platform, you guys. Like, they're about to be a million followers on the Puig family page, and I just feel like it's so cool, especially for her. Like, this is something she loves. Nobody tells her to do it. Like, she loves doing videos. It's just she was at a point in her life where she didn't want to do content no more, and she was done because of the bullying that she was getting at school. And she was tired of it. It was actually draining for her. She actually went through a rough patch where that's something we're not going to disclose, but there was just a lot behind closed doors that you guys don't see that she went through. And it was a lot because of the jealousy, the hate, the relationships, friendships, all that. And it just got to her where it could have been bad if she was still in that school. So now she's thriving. She gets done within like 2 hours of like homeschool.
3 hours. They have to do 4 hours of homeschool a day.
Well, yeah, but sometimes
including in that. So she'll do activities because she does have to do 4 hours a day. So she'll do like her online work, but anything could be an activity. Like, I could take her to the zoo and all that stuff.
Yeah, so, which is good, but she does get done like quick sometimes, but but it's cool because when she's done with her curriculums, like, she can go back and then she can continue doing what she was doing. But it's just like, if she were to have an appointment in the morning, I think it's so convenient where she can go to her appointment, then come back and do her work. So I think that's really cool about it too. But she, like I said, she's passing all her classes right now, thriving. She's not struggling at anything, which is crazy how she was struggling with teachers, because there's some times where teachers didn't want to put in grades for her because they didn't like her. Like, I'm kid you not, she literally would get a bad grade because those teachers didn't want to put her work in purposely. So my mom always had to contact them and be like, look, Tatiana turned this in, so why didn't you turn it in and you just give her an F?
Like, I would help her with work. I know she did it because I helped her do the
they purposely and would
would be like, oh no, it's missing.
Yeah.
Missing assignment. I'm just like, I literally helped her do this. Like, it was just a battle.
It was just like little things like that where we picked up on, and it was just like, okay, yeah, they're definitely targeting her. And especially because she's on social media, because she even had teachers like take pictures with her and stuff, which is cool and stuff. But I feel like it was just all based on that. Like, she is still a student at the school. She's not just looked at, because she's on social media. Like, she's still a regular kid like everybody else, and she wasn't treated fairly because of it.
So homeschool will be good. So
my kids don't want to do it yet, but it's because they're still in elementary. They love their friends and love school, and they don't really have issues right now. But when they're ready, I'm all for it. I'll be all for it.
I mean, who doesn't want to do 4 hours? 4 hours could be anything. We even have like a homeschool group, and they get together for different groups, activities, and all that, which goes towards those hours that you got to do. per day.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 hours a day of schooling is pretty good.
Yeah.
For her.
And it's not too much on her because I feel like kids being in school for that long is crazy.
Kids being on a desk. If you think about it, they're on a desk all day.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy.
To like 2, 3 o'clock.
That's why I told my kids, I'm like, let me know if you want to. And they're like, no, mommy. I think it's just to love it because of the friends that when they're that their age.
I mean, they go to different things. I don't know.
Yeah. It's different in middle school though. It's not. It's so much different now. It's crazy.
Some kids it's good for them. Some kids just every kid is different. So we just gotta see what's good for her. And right now this is what's good for her.
Yep. Well, dang. Well, that's how you guys know about her homeschooling, of why she homeschooled Tatianna. I know a lot of people are flooding her comments about like, why is she homeschool? Why did you do it? Or what's this? Like, you know, a lot of people having questions, but here you guys are. You guys can know and find out through here. But yeah, is there any?
I just feel a lot of influencer families. They understand. Y'all will understand out there why they homeschool their kids. I'm sure they understand too on my perspective and stuff like that. So it's not a bad thing. There's all kinds of stuff now out there. Virtual school, homeschooling, everything. It's not a bad thing. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of insight in it, but there's groups out there. I'm thankful I had a friend help me through it, guide me through it. So I appreciate her for it. You know, because without her, I'd be lost through this. Yeah. But there's groups out there. There are Facebook groups that'll help you get started on information and all that stuff. So a lot of people aren't familiar with it. But it's not a bad thing. It's good. It's a good thing. And I mean, I know a lot of people can't do it because they don't have a parent at home to homeschool. And so I'm thankful to have my family, my kid, to help like while I'm at work and stuff. Yeah. But even with homeschooling, you could do it. Yeah. Like in the afternoon and all that, which I keep Tati on a schedule, so she's still on school schedule. She still gets up. She starts her schooling at 8, does her 4 hours, and then she's done for the day. She gets to do other activities, which I'm looking on. There's different like books and stuff like that you could do with them as well. Do more different activities. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why we did homeschool. And to all you homeschoolers out there, I see why you guys like it.
I know. Shoot, I would have liked it because I hate waking up early in the morning. Dang, always waking up early. Hated that. But yeah, this is why she got homeschooled, and I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast of why Tatianna is homeschooled. Sorry, I'm having a little brain fart. It's Sunday, y'all.
We had a long day yesterday.
We was at a bachelorette yesterday, and we had a time. And now I'm over here trying to recover. But y'all, yes, stay tuned for next podcast, you guys. I will be back with Jay. Let us know in the comments what you guys want us to talk about, what you guys want to know, etc. And if there's any other topics that you want to know about me and my mom, I know we summarize a little bit of what we went through in life, but if there's anything else that you guys want to know, let us know in the comments. We love y'all, and stay tuned for next podcast on Tuesday. Bye.